Hey everyone, this is your instructor Felicia Taylor Grant. Welcome to Module 1, where I'll be going through who is a virtual assistant, the benefits of being a virtual assistant, and the benefits that you can pitch to your potential client as to why they should hire a virtual assistant,
as well as a goal outcome schedule. So let's get
started. Who is a virtual assistant? A virtual assistant is basically an independent contractor who works remotely, whether it be you work from home or you work in a co-working space with other persons. As a virtual assistant, your benefits are basically that you get to set your own rates, you work at your own pace, you get to choose the types of tasks that you prefer to work on, the timing that you prefer to work with, as well as it does offer you the opportunity to let your clients know that, hey, you'd be getting reduced labor costs when you hire a virtual assistant. The productivity of a virtual assistant is usually more increased over a brick and mortar worker. There is a lot of flexibility when it comes to working with a virtual assistant because you do have the opportunity to maximize on your time a lot more, especially if you're working in different time zones, right? As opposed to having to hire several persons to fulfill different tasks within the brick and mortar, a virtual assistant has acquired skills that are needed and actually are able to help them source other skilled workers in the different areas. One thing I want to let you know though is never leave money on the table. So if you have a client who needs you to do something but you do not have that particular skill, there are options. One, go learn what it is that they're asking of you, or two, subcontract it to someone. Never leave money on the table by saying I don't know or I can't. I can't is not in your vocabulary, right? Being a virtual assistant also means that you are now responsible for your own expenses that comes with a business, as well as savings, taxes, and retirement. Plan properly. All right. This journey is a very fulfilling one, but we also need to ensure that you are creating a vision for yourself. So sit and create a visual guide that you can use throughout your journey. That was Module 1. See you over in Module 2. Welcome again, everyone, to Module 2, The Essentials. So, now that you've gone through understanding who a virtual assistant is, we're going to talk about a few of the things that you need to know when starting your virtual assistant business. Now, there are a lot of services that you can offer online. Some of them are email management, booking appointments, receptionist duty, calendar management, database management, transcription, and the list goes on. It all depends on what you want to do and which area you want to focus on, right? There are a lot of admin assistants out there as virtual assistants as well, so that's something you can also decide to go into. Now, decide on how much you will charge is one of the things that you need to set out first as a VA. Now, my strategy that I suggest is go ahead and sit and think of all the things that you think you'd be good at, the things that you really love, and compare and put a list together of all the services that you want to offer. Now, then you're going to take a look and see how much you think they're worth. You can do this by hour or you can do it by packages. But what I would say to you is when you're thinking of pricing your services, here's the breakdown that I use. So go ahead and think of how much it is that you want to earn per week. And then break that down into the amount of hours that you want to work for the week and divide the money by the number of hours, and that would give you your hourly rate. If you're going to be putting together packages, you can add 10% to your hourly rate times the amount of hours you think you'd spend on each task, and that's your package rate. That 10% it acts as a buffer. So say for instance you think that a transcription job may take you 2 or 3 hours, but instead it takes you 5 hours. If you had that 10% buffer, it wouldn't be so bad. And that's another thing that we need to take into consideration, is to be careful to understand the different tasks and how they operate, so we know exactly how long it takes us, and that only comes by practicing. Right? There are high-end services that we deem, such as web development, web designing, graphics designing, search engine optimization, and so on. Those are high-end services that you can charge higher rates for and be able to maximize more at the end of the week. Now, what is a niche? A niche is basically you just being specific as to who you want to serve and why you want to serve them. So picking a niche and sticking to it is really the best way to go. And it all comes back down to the type of business that you run and the personality of your business and your goals. So pick a niche and stick to it. And creating a mission statement will also help you in terms of really finding who you want to work with, what niche you want to get into. And your mission statement is basically this: my name is Felicia. I assist coaches with administrative tasks so that they can focus on adding more to their bottom line. That in itself tells you who I want to work with, why I want to work with them. And that was Module 2. Thank you for sticking with me, and I'll see you over in Module 3.